This one here is about being alone in your world or feeling alone. So you are alone. You are alone in your world lit by city lights. And in your dreams, a chimera is shining for you. Look at the asphalt. Its surface is hard. Only on the grass will you find the truth of your existence. So if you're in the city, sometimes you should visit our gardens or go into the countryside. What about this one here? Reflection itself. You are dressed. Don't tell anyone. Everyone knows it. And each one wants from you a torn piece until you remain naked. What a thought. The vision. I feel an air of love. I want to give everyone a moment of it. But its division only gives each person but an echo of my heart. Maybe the echo is important, and that's all we can give sometimes. Is it enough? Maybe yes, maybe not. But anyway, so when you have an hour of love, don't forget, you can only share it with a few people, or maybe you can try to share it with the rest of the world. Good luck to you. This next poem is called Instead. My heaven is spent this evening like that, without saying why. A void, like an abyss, twirls in me. I want to speak, laugh, joke, dance, sing. But no, I stay here like a statue motionless in my dark thoughts. Fixed like a viper before it launches on its prey, the mind, traitor of the instinct, makes its way in my painful spirit. And it says to me, don't worry, keep on looking at your star, perhaps that darkness will clear. And I dryly, disdainfully reply, don't interfere. Why do you want to clear darkness which is so powerful in the human and enslaved people? And again, an unfriendly, cold emptiness. Now, I don't know when it is spring again. I don't know whether the life of flowers can fill again my joy, my nature. And yet it was spring just yesterday. The flowers don't change so quickly, but the birds continue to sing whilst in the sky a solitary cloud moves vagabond without a goal. Instead, wow, this particular poem really does need looking at. It's one of the early ones, and I didn't want to change anything, of course, so it's there to be interpreted as people want. This one here is a lovely one because the next poem is called I Shall Follow Don Quixote. You know, the windmills and Don Quixote going there trying to knock them all down. Well, here we go. I shall follow Don Quixote. One day I shall find among the fragments of my life some small sparkle. Every flame has become spent too quickly. It seems a mystery that it was so. Youth has gone without having brought me a mouthful of fresh water. And I drank a lot and often from the beverages of the fridge of life. They did not quench my thirst. They did not satiate me. Love has been a great illusion, already lost even before having had it. Art has been my most arduous companion, but how expensive. Friendship made but then destroyed. Loyalty repaid with suspicion. Generosity replaced with mean greed. Then work smiled at me, but it too became egotistical. It brought the complications of the human condition, which tire the already overused mind. Where will this, my ship, in a storm find a port? Where will I be taken by this wind which blows so fiercely? In which direction will the weather force me to sail to find the serene calm? And then, when I shall arrive, perhaps I will not be happy. Then I shall depart, and Don Quixote I will follow. So this poem here must have been written sometimes in the past when things weren't looking too good. But it is a reflection. Again, with poetry, you find that there is a lot of illogical things that are said. So it actually offers opportunities to fill in the gaps, to analyse why the poet wrote it in a particular way. Some of the critics really hate poetry that doesn't make sense. But for me, that's maybe it's the best part of a poem, because then the reader can ask more questions and give their own answers. Maybe they can say, well, I can do better than him. I'm going to write one exactly the same and show him how it's done. So if you feel that way, please try. And don't worry about the critic. You can always put your poem in the drawer. The next one is Flight of Thought. I have seen my life pass in a flash in front of me, like the moon at night when it is full. The full moon brightens up in the darkness and walks in its moment of vainglory. It dies and is reborn in a cycle of perfect timing. Till when this will last, no one will ever know. Life is like this also. So from the flight of thought, we go to the sparkle of life. There you are, something that gives you a bit of a sparkle. The sparkle of life. Tell me, friend, have you had a dream in your life? Have you seen near you the joy of love? Have you known how to love with all your heart? Things are beautiful in life when the heart adorns them with love. Even the child, when light illuminates life, has always opened his eyes to see, to feel the novelty of being. Becoming a man is nothing else but a personal experience. The child we have it always present within us, in our own truth. He caresses our thoughts, reinforces our ideal for better things. He breaks the wisdom of the cynic whose smile is bitter in his mouth. Then when our star slows down our wishes, when she calls to herself the mortal soul of every individual, the shine disappears. Flowers only grow in happiness. I just want to say something about the use of she. A lot of the words in Italian, like stella, star in English, in Italian it's actually a feminine word. In English it's a neuter gender word, but when I translate, I do translate them as she, to give that feeling in the original language. So talking about English and Italian, here is what happens to your mother tongue when you go and live in another country. Mother tongue. In Australia, our children chew the language of their parents at home, within their domain. And when they begin their flight, they change their speech with their wings. And the more they fly in the sky, the more they are not understood. The more they stay away from home, the more they lose their mother tongue. It could be that distance increases discord. So this is the idea of speaking the mother tongue at home, and as you go to school and grow up in our society, and as you discover the outside world, that particular language sometimes is forgotten or lost if it's not practiced. Therefore, the discord increases. So that's a thought about, the need to keep yourself in practice in the languages that you know. So from the mother tongue, we go to ephemeral truth. The other day, outside of the window, there was a sincere boy who walked alone on the grass, on the stony pebbles, in the tracks. Alone he looked at the day and things. He did not see the humans. Only admiring the heights forced him to follow the steps of his true way. An ephemeral truth. A worm tires on the road. The man-made asphalt chokes the sweet path of the meadows. So in other words, when you are on your own and you want to follow a particular path, then other humans are not there, are they, really? And if you come into contact with the reality in the cities where there are other people, then of course you lose that original thought of what you wanted to do. So the best thing to do is to follow your path in its natural state.